Field set, 18 laps, 45-minute window. Here they come, USF Pro 2000. This is, again, the Continental Tire Grand Prix of Louisiana. And for the third time today here at NOLA Motorsports Park, lining up on the front straightaway. And we are waiting for the call. Looking at the start line, everybody looks good. Green, green, green. And a good start for Denmark. Yaney tucks right in behind him. They're going to low line it down into turn number 1. Big wide arc there for Yaney. Can he get a better run into the braking zone? No, he'll tuck back into the gearbox. Good call there. Oh, a bit of contact there. Simon Sykes had to check up a little bit, battling it out there with the turn 3 car of Ethan Ho. I had to figure out exactly who that was at that point. So, indeed, that's the battle you're seeing there. So, underway. Solid run through turn number 1. Can they get through? Look at this challenge here to the inside. Book it. Lead right there for Hunter Yaney. He throws it to the inside of turn number 3. Yaney's going to take the lead. Denmark probably could have pitched it down, but wisely tucked back in behind. Hunter Yaney for TJ Speed out to the lead. Denmark second. Behind him, his Pabst Racing teammate Simon Sykes runs third. Fourth is Ethan Ho. So getting through the opening corners cleanly. Everybody else settling in. Let's see how this battle shapes up. First time through the flat-out turn number 9. Back to 10. Top 2 drivers look like they're pulling away. Here comes Ethan Ho. He's going to go to the outside on Sykes. I think he's deep enough into the braking. Remember, there's a bump mid-corner. That's a problem right there. You got to really get alongside somebody there because they're able to make that dive coming across the line. Indeed, everybody's settling in early on, though, but right back there as well. You've got drivers like Baptiste trying to fight for a spot. You see how they have to really straight line the car across the rumble strips on the outside there. It's not huge rumble strips, but there is a bit of control there and you've got to keep on the car. Opening lap in the books. Yaney leader, Denmark second, Sykes in third, fourth is Ho, fifth is Baptiste for BN Racing, sixth Johnson, seventh Skeets, eighth Matt Clark, ninth Brooks, and 10th is Dashelski. 11th on the opening lap, Hughes gets a couple of spots. Scotto drops down to 12th. Monteiro 13th. Morales 14th rather. Eves 15th. Mossman, Durst, Adams, Fitzgerald, and Garcia-Arce. Oh, contact there too coming through turn number 5. I want to say that was Johnson on Baptiste. Leaders looking to stretch away though. You know that. They're going to try to take full advantage of it here. Yeah, the guys are digging in now. Behind Johnson is Liam Skeets up into 7th. We talk about Skeets coming in 4th place in points. Podium in race 1, 6th in race 2 for Skeets, coming off that runner-up finish in the Formula Regional Oceania Championship this year. Oh, look at this again. Ethan Ho trying to throw everything at Simon Sykes. Pabst versus turn 3. Ho's been very strong throughout this weekend. Good pace. Baptiste just settling into P5. And an 18-lapper for the drivers here in USF Pro 2000. Cap off 3 races on the day. 6 for you tomorrow. USF Juniors will qualify in the morning. And then we'll have USF 2000 Race 2, USF Pro 2000 Race 2, a little bit of a break. Juniors will do Race 2. And back with USF 2000 Pro, and we'll cap the day off. 3:45 start for USF Juniors, I believe, at the end of the day. Final race of the day for juniors. Hunter Yaney, really aggressive at the start. I think, he had the issue, got in the incident with Ethan Ho, and definitely made a bad move there in turn number 10 at St. Petersburg. Got into the back of Ho, big wreck there. It also collected, I believe, Sean Rashid in the middle of that one too. It was a rough wreck that really had a lot of collateral damage. But he rolls out here, and the speed he was able to get in the qualifying session for race 1 really, I think, obviously played for Hunter. He knows he's got a great car. You get that confidence and momentum. He comes back and does it again for qualifying, goes on pole for race 2. So he starts the race 1 thinking, man, I'm going to be on pole tomorrow. I got the pace, and he just literally attacked on Denmark in turn number 5. A great pass to get the job done. Here's some fight later on. That's for P5. I think that may be Johnson. Yeah, Nikita Johnson's got to the inside there. Johnson goes by. That's Nikita Johnson to the inside of Nicholas Baptiste. So move Johnson up to P5. He's looking at trying to take the point lead away. Johnson is here. Oh, driver spun. Ethan Ho, he tapped the wall. Ethan Ho just, I believe, tapped the wall. Left rear damage. Oh, Ethan Ho likely just tapped the wall, and he knows it. He is pounding his steering wheel and his legs. Oh, man. At this level of competition, as you know, you're pushing super hard. This will be our first yellow flag of the day. As Ethan was just trying to roll the outside of that corner. We talk about the fact that you're having to straight line the car coming across those rumble strips. You're pointing it right at the wall. When you get there, you start to feed the wheel into it. And this happened to Hudson Schwartz in practice. He got through there as well. You're just trying to use up all the racetrack there. If you're not quite precise on the entry and the car maybe gets away on you a bit, look at that. There's not even much damage there. He literally just tapped the tire. And that's all it takes. Breaks the the toe link or some of the suspension in the left rear, and around you go. Oh, heartbreak for Ethan Ho, but listen, he's going to have 2 more races tomorrow, and there's great speed in that Turn 3 motorsports machine. I'm sure he's on the radio with his coach right now, probably telling him, hey, listen, it is what it is. Stay focused. We'll come back and get him tomorrow. Just a little mistake. It doesn't take much. Our first yellow flag of the day, just for a minor miscue, coming out of turn number 13, tapping the wall. And, of course, Ho at that point was really a passenger. Field will slow up. Get an opportunity for the AMR IndyCar safety team to get out there. Our USF Pro safety crew. On races like this where we're not with IndyCar, we bring in 3 members of the AMR IndyCar safety crew to come be part of the track safety team here. And that's one of the key components that we brought into the program when we started USF Juniors. And that was to make sure that not only we had an increased amount of safety for our drivers, but when we do have a yellow flag, the AMR crew, they know how to handle any kind of cleanup. That's one of the beauties of it. They're able to get on it quickly and understand how to clean up our particular cars. You know, it's when you're at a track like this or any track around where you have the track safety crew, they're trained to do whatever they can with as many cars as they have. These guys and girls of the AMR safety crew know Formula Car racing. So when they arrive on the scene, it's so quick for them to be able to assess the situation, get the driver out of the car, and then get it. It's either going to get flat-towed, can we pull it back on the track, or they know how to lift it up as well. We're going to put it on the hook, which we're going to have to do with this car here. They'll get the tow truck in here. They'll get the tow bar across behind in the roll hoop, and they'll have this car cleaned up quickly. But that's one of the huge things to have the AMR crews here. You can see them out of the car, out of the truck, and they'll get taken care of Ethan. Man, he's going to be dejected, I guarantee it. The rest of the car looks good. Just tapped the left rear. But he knew he had a good one going. He was putting the pressure on Simon Sykes there and tried a couple of times. You know he was pushing hard. So let's re-rack it here right now with Ethan Ho down in the 20th spot. Hunter Yaney P1, Jace Denmark in second, Simon Sykes in third, Nikita Johnson fourth, Nicholas Baptiste P5, so he'll move up to fifth, Johnson up to fourth. Matt Clark runs in sixth, Liam Skeets in seventh, Danny Jashelski in eighth. Lockie Hughes now up to ninth. Remember, he started back in 13th, so it's +4 for Lockie Hughes. Christian Brooks now into the 10th spot. Brooks started 9th, runs 10th. Escoto 11th, David Morales 12th, Frankie Mossman 13th, Nicholas Montiero in 14th spot, Adam Fitzgerald in 15th. 16th is Tyke Durst. 17th is George Garcia. 18th, Logan Adams. 19th, Braden Neves. I think we have a replay we can look at, but we're only going to see the spin. I don't think we have really the shot of the impact, but we'll see if the TV crew can set this up for us. So let's have a look here. Coming out of the corner, yeah, you can see him there. Watch to see if the car steps out. Yeah, you can just see the contact. Let's go back and do that again if we can, guys. Back in the truck. Let's have a look. You can't quite see it. Yeah, I got to think he just tapped the wall, but likely was coming out a little too, just didn't quite have the right turn in. With no other damage, man, did he hit the wall or did something snap in the rear suspension? Because it's not like they're all the way out of the wall at that point. I don't know. I'll get an update on that when I get back to the paddock for you. Man, that's tough. That's super tough for Ethan. So just a little update as well. I know those of you who have watched the USF 2000 race, I got some intel there for Thomas Schrag when I was down at the Victory Lane celebrations. He had hit a curb and been a push rod, and that it was a tough one for Thomas, man, because he's quick. We know he was running their top 5. I expect Thomas to fight it back for both races tomorrow. The exclusive Autosport cars are strong this weekend, so watch for Thomas Schrag to come back. And the same, I'm going to say the same is going to be said for Ethan as well. He'll be able to come right back. I will get a chance to talk to them later on today to find out whether or not there was contact with the wall or maybe just had a suspension failure. Nonetheless, the AMR crew getting that cleaned up nicely. Look at the crew's actually literally over in turn number 5 now. We may have the possibility of being able to go green this next time by. We'll see. They'll be 6 laps down when they come back around. Yeah, I got a feeling we'll be able to go green this time by. The crew's already heading back. The truck's going to do a full crank when he gets around there, I'd assume. Come backwards down pit lane. Here's the field coming through turn number 6 now, over to 7. Yep, the crew cranking it around. Yep, so they'll go back down pit lane and into the paddock. We're going to be able to go clean and green, I believe, this next time by. So awesome job for the AMR USF Pro Championships safety team. Again, trying to have a look at the car as he goes by me here right now. I'm getting a chance to actually look at that machine, like whether or not there is some damage to the wheel, and I think there potentially is on Ethan Ho's car. So he may have just barely tapped it. Listen, it's not going to take much at that speed, full throttle. You're rolling out like that. You hit it the wrong way, and it snaps one of the rod ends or whatever it may be, and off it comes. So very light damage. They'll be able to get that thing fixed for tomorrow very easily. Nonetheless, Ethan will be disappointed, knowing he had top 5 speed and potentially even top podium speed, because he was challenging Simon Sykes and twice tried to go around the outside of Simon in turn 10. But there you have it. Yaney, Denmark, Sykes, Johnson, Baptiste. Oh, yeah, Yaney going to get challenged big time here. Our first restart of the weekend. We don't even know what restarts look like here, because clean and green to checker in both juniors and 2000. Yaney up on the throttle. Big run around the outside for Sykes as well. He tries to use it all. Let's see how it plays out. Yeah, Johnson's going to come to the inside of Simon Sykes. He opened the door. Sykes kind of went wide, trying to run more of the racing line, where Johnson came down the bottom. Sykes will get a better run down the corner, I think. We'll see whether or not he holds it off. Yeah, he's going to try to dive to the inside. They're going to be side by side, flat out through turn number 2. He's going to hold Nikita on the outside there. Nikita's going to try to run the rim. Get out in the cushion on the outside of turn number 3. He's down to the inside. This is where we saw contact between Giafoni and Cox. See, look at this. Johnson's holding the outside right now. And he's going to have the inside for turn number 4. Take note of that. If you run the outside there, you can hold it. Excellent job. Nikita Johnson goes to P3, but Sykes the over-under coming out of 5. He may have overcooked it. Sykes goes down to the inside. Oh, Sykes on the outside of turn 7. Oh, Sykes takes it back. Oh, this is fantastic. Simon Sykes does not want to give it up. It's a little over to the left side of the racetrack, kicking up a bit of dust there. Sykes holding on, back down to the inside. I think maybe Johnson may have got a better run. This is tremendous for 2, but listen, this is huge for Denmark and Yaney. Yeah, look at them, they're gone. And Sykes is going to lose another spot. I think Baptiste able to get through. Elbows up for sure, but he's lost a couple positions. So Johnson now into 3rd, Baptiste 4th, Sykes 5th. And I want to see right behind him there is one of the D-Force cars. That is going to be Matt Clark. So Clark had to check up big time in 12, and that's going to have Deschelsky there. Oh, man. Brooks side by side with, I think, Skeets. The pro drivers, elbows up in round number 1 to cap off the day. We only lost a couple of laps there. Shout out to the AMR USF Pro Championships crew. Thank you, thank you. Good job. We're rolling. So again, through turn number 3 over to 4. Now we'll settle back in a little bit. Simon Sykes will be like, man, what just happened? I just made a little mistake. Well, it's not even a mistake. He just chose a different area on the track to roll out onto the restart. Well, everybody else kind of pinching down inside a little bit. He kind of ran the racing line, but again, the turn, I guess you can get on the throttle a little quicker. Again, it's the first restart we've seen here. We didn't do anything like that at spring training, so indeed, he's going to go to the inside because he's going to get challenged here again by Matt Clark. Clark's going to go around the outside, book it. Clark has gone to P5. Now, whether or not Nikita Johnson has what it takes to close up on Yaney and Denmark, that's what we're going to be watching for. Look at this fight further back. Simon Sykes has got his elbows up because right in there is Escoto. He's trying to find a way by Danny Nizelski. Right behind them as well as Lockie Hughes. Remember, he's the point leader coming in. He's scrambling for points. He sees Nikita up the road. Yeah, we got ourselves a fight here. Yeah, Johnson's coming. Yeah, Nikita Johnson was 0.3 faster than Yaney and Denmark on that last lap, and he's only 1.4 back. There's Mossman on Lockie Hughes as well. Right behind them is Brooks. So that is 9th, 10th, and 11th that we're seeing there. Hughes, Mossman, and Brooks. Brooks right there, end of that run 3. Then a little farther behind them is Nicholas Monteiro in the other D-Force car. Then David Morales in the TJ Speed number 28. Watching this fight again, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Hughes trying to roll up here on Rascoto, but last time by was a 10th off. As I said before, it's been kind of Ethan Ho as the quickest driver in the Turn 3 camp here this weekend. It was all about Lockie Hughes at St. Petersburg, and it was all about Lockie when we were here for spring training as well, to be honest. Yaney starting to think defensive, and that's not going to work out well for Jace Denmark. Unless he gets by, Denmark's going to find himself with a handful of Nikita Johnson here pretty soon. And Mossman starting to get a little bit aggressive. He's been getting held up here. I think he knows if he gets by Hughes, he's going to potentially be able to reel in a Scoto, but right now Mossman getting checked up. Frankie started 19th. He is up into 10th. What a run here for Frankie Mossman. And again, you got to give it up for Mossman a little bit here too, simply because he comes in here 5th in points. Pair of top 10s, 4th in race 2 at St. Pete. So he can keep himself in the top 5 in points if he gets a good run here. He's saving himself, having started all the way back in 19th. 10th is good, 8th would be better. We're watching the drivers come back through turn number 5 once again. And that's right there is Baptiste, Clark, and Sykes. Matt Clark, currently P5 in the D-Force Racing Machine. Clark in that number 7, 7th in points right now. Did not have the pace they wanted at St. Pete, but he was able to bring a couple of top 10s. I think that's key right now for Clark, 6th and 9th. So even though they weren't right in the middle of the scrap, he salvaged a couple of good top 10s. Brought the car home clean. Top 3 drivers stretching away, and you've got to include Nikita Johnson now in the fight. I thought it was going to potentially be just Hunter Yaney and Denmark, but this has allowed Nikita to close right up. And indeed, check this out. TJ Speed, Pabst, VRD, BN, and D-Force Racing. 5 different teams in the top 5. You do not see this in Europe. This is what we have for the equality of our teams. And what happened there? Nikita Johnson, he took a different run coming out of turn number 13. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Field's coming out. Yellow. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Yeah, we got the yellow here. Driver's going to woe it up. Pace car onto the racetrack as the AMR IndyCar safety crew rolled on track. I don't know why at this point yet. So we have a driver who is stalled on the racetrack, and that is one of the turn 3 cars. Unsure who that is at this point here. Hard to pick that up. That's the 44. Oh, that is rough for Lockie Hughes, your point leader, coming to a stop on the track. I don't think he's actually, is he on the track or is he just on? Did he pull off into one of the other configuration roads? Nonetheless, that is your point leader. And listen, I've said this before, everybody gets fired up about winning and being strong at St. Petersburg. You never know what happens. or can happen. We talked about Max Garcia. He's got to stay on the throttle. He's got 3 straight victories, but you never know what can happen. The 44 of Lockie Hughes had worked his way back up into the top 10, and now dead stick on the racetrack. He is going to fall all the way down into the, I think, probably 18th spot. Other drivers fallen down as well. Not sure what happened. Liam Skeets was out a couple laps ago. I missed that. Something happened with Liam in the number 26 TJ Speed Machine. He was really running good up front. 4th place in points coming in. So a tough one for Liam, and then a tough one for Lockie as well. So 1st and 4th have all had issues on the had issues on the racetrack here. Both those drivers. Christian Brooks is down a bit too, but he's going to benefit a little bit here. He's going to move up to probably, I think, 10th, although he came in 3rd in points. Nikita Johnson definitely in the hot seat to potentially take over the point lead. Hunter Yaney was 9th coming in. Jace Denmark coming into the race. He had a couple incidents as well. As we know, 9th in the opening race, 20th rather in the opening race, an issue there, but came back to 7th in race number 2. So this would be huge to get Denmark back to where he needs to be, somewhere inside the top 10. So a couple of yellows here, one for an incident on the front straight with Ethan Ho, and one here, a mechanical for the 44. The 44 of Lockie Hughes. So they're going to flat toe this one. I talked about the fact that when they roll out there, the AMR crew knows exactly what to do. They've had a quick chat with Lockie. There's no damage to suspension. He's going to try to get it into neutral, and they're going to try to roll him, likely I would expect, back to pit lane. I don't know if they'll bring him all the way back to pit lane or if they'll just take him into a safe part of the track. Tow rope for the 44. They may just take him somewhere safer off the racetrack and not all the way back to pit lane. So that would be it for Lockie Hughes. He's going to fall down the order. So some interesting stuff in here in terms of the championship battle, right? This is kind of shaking things up a little bit. Now, it's also, I think, if you are Nikita Johnson, you're loving this because it brought everybody back. Now, granted, it's brought back Nicholas Baptiste. It's brought back Matt Clark into the battle as well. We're actually going to bring them back down the front straightaway here. They're going to get him right back to the paddock. The Fiat only coming through turn number 5 right now, so they'll be fine to get Lockie, I believe, back to pit lane by the time they get here. Or are they going to pull him? No, they're going to pull him right in. There you go. They're going to bring him in the back route here and just hold him. They're not going to come all the way back. They're just going to get him off the racetrack somewhere safe. So that'll be it for Lockie Hughes. He's going to fall down the order to 18th, as I said. So Hughes is out, Skeets and Ho all out of the race. So a couple of the turn 3 cars out, and tough because Ho, number 1, was battling for a podium, and Hughes was the point leader coming in. So a shake-up there for the turn 3 drivers. But they're not done yet. Still, they've got a couple drivers up there. Danny Dashelski still there as well in the 7th spot. 10th is Christian Brooks. So right now, here's your new look top 10. Yaney, Denmark, Johnson, Baptiste, Clark, Sykes, Dashelski, Escoto up to 8th, Mossman 9th, and Brooks in 10th. But again, this resets the battle up front. 11 laps down. There'll be 12 coming back around here. And this one, as I said, is an 18-lapper. 18 laps for 45 minutes. I don't think we're anywhere near that on the clock. Yeah, there's still 21 minutes remaining on the clock, so a long time to get 7 laps in. That could be 6. If we come back around, as I said, we're going to put lap number 12 in the books. So 6 more to go. Stack them and pack them and reset. Hunter Yaney going to have to hold it. He gets on the throttle there, and they're out and rolling. How do they look coming out here? Everybody trying to stay inside that line now. They're not going to do it twice. Away we go. Does Denmark have an opportunity to make that move here? Is he going to stick it down the bottom, or is he going to try to go around the outside? Let's have a look as they come in here. He's around the outside. Yaney's on the inside. Way around the outside for Denmark. Yeah, he's going to pedal it, and he may lose a spot here to Nikita Johnson. He tried to go around the outside. He's going to have to low line it down the bottom. But look who made a move. That is Matt Clark. He's got to P4. He gets by Baptiste. Clark to the inside as well. He'll go to the bottom. Oh, almost sideways for Denmark, and Johnson goes through to second. Denmark's still a low line down the bottom. A little brake smoke further back. Everybody locking it up. Way around the outside goes to Dashelski. Clark there in the position as well. Clark up to P4. I think he holds the spot. Dashelski, I think, the most aggressive, coming through 3, 4, and 5. Oh, some action here to kick things off in USF Pro 2000. 2 yellows, 1 for an incident, 1 for mechanical. A little drop of a wheel there. That'll shake you up when you're coming through the corner. Otherwise, flat out through turn 7. A flat out run in these beautiful USF Pro 2000 Tatis cars all the way through 8, 9, and down into the braking zone to turn number 10. Good lead for Hunter Yaney. Can he become the 3rd straight winner on the season? We started with Lockie Hughes. Nikita Johnson won race number 2. Can we have 3 straight winners here in USF Pro? Hunter Yaney looking to try to get a win for TJ Speed. 5 to go this time by, I think. Yeah, it'll be 5 laps to go when they come back around. Johnson, we know, has the speed, though. Coming down into turn number 1, we know the gap. Yaney's trying to push hard. Take advantage of that pole, and he's got a bit of a gap here. He's done a good job pulling away. Hunter Yaney. Couple of races 2 years ago. Oh, we got contact. More. It's 3 drivers together in turn number 3. We've got one of the D-Force cars, one of the turn 3 cars, and I want to say that might be Morales for TJ Speed as well. So it's the number 9 of Nicholas Montiero. You're going to have potentially Frankie Mossman in. No, if Mossman was able to get through, that's one of the turn 3 cars. So indeed, yellow flag once again. This one is going to take a little more cleanup. There are 3 cars involved here. We know that cautions breed cautions, right? And that's what we got here. They're going to be circulating around. This is going to shake things up because Morales was 10th. Montiero was 12th. It might be Adam Fitzgerald involved in that one, actually. I'm trying to pick up the turn 3 car in that group. That might have been Fitzgerald. Mossman might have been able to get out of that. For some reason, was able to get out clean. And here they come out of the front, onto the front straightaway here. As I said, the pace car waiting for them down in turn number 1. Yeah, it looks to me like Fitzgerald tried to pull away. Wow. So USF Juniors and USF 2000, impressive green to checker, are veteran and more experienced pro drivers not following. They did not understand the assignment. There's Christian Brooks right ahead behind Simon Sykes. That's, I believe, 8th and 9th in the order now. In front of them, Ricardo Escoto in the BN Racing Machine, his teammate Nicholas Baptiste there. And then Dashelski. There's the AMR IndyCar safety crew. They've arrived on the scene now. They're having a look at the damage here for Nicholas Montiero. I don't know if we have a replay on that one that we can look at here. I don't know if we were on it at that point. Yeah, I just think that what we probably had there was someone being a little over aggressive. That wouldn't surprise me if that was indeed the case. Someone just trying to, make that move to the inside. You think about the fact that, restarts are one of the, easiest opportunities to pass, right? Everybody's kind of settling in. We saw that, guys made moves to the inside. Chase Denmark was trying to get by Yaney. That allowed, because he went to the outside, that allowed Nikita Johnson to get a better run on him. Once everybody kind of stacks up like that, you just see everybody seeing opportunities. And all it takes is one driver to overcook it, dive down the inside, and then there's contact. And, of course, at that point, a lot of collateral damage. Did get an update from the crew. I don't think we have a replay on this one, so no replay. We weren't actually on that one, so sorry, folks, not able to give you a look at that one. Nonetheless, so we're going to circulate around here. This is the interesting thing. There'll be lap 15 when we come back around. There's a lot of lot here. I don't know whether or not we're going to bring them into potentially to pit lane and go red on this one to try to get some more laps. Yeah, indeed, we're going to go red. So indeed, we want to try to finish this thing off. It'll be lap 15. We'll have a 3-lap dash if we have enough time. That's the other thing to think about as well. But we are going red right now, I'm told. Looks like we are going to potentially roll the EMT as well. So you wonder if someone potentially had got their hand caught in the wheel or something. So we're going to make sure our driver's okay here. The incident involved over in turn number 3. The other drivers are going to work their way back into pit lane. So red flag will fly. We'll put, I believe, lap 15 in the books when they come back around here. So we would have 3 laps remaining, but the time continues. Now, if we go back to green, we're probably only going to need, what, 8 minutes to kind of get to the end, to get all the final 3 laps in. Again, we're looking at, laps of fast lap was a 1:30, so the 3 race laps themselves are only going to be 4.5 minutes. But we'll need that lap out and come back around. So you probably think we're going to need, I'm going to say 7 minutes, 8 minutes to get the full field. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, let's have a look, as they have come across. So it is now Yaney leading, Johnson second, Denmark third, Clark fourth, Dashelski fifth, Baptiste sixth, Scotto seventh, Sykes in eighth, Brooks ninth, Mossman 10th, Garciarce 11th, Tyke Durston 12th, Logan Adams 13th, Braden Eves 14th, David Morales is out. So Morales, Monteiro, and Fitzgerald, the drivers involved in the incident, as I had said. So 6 drivers out. We know Lockie Hughes, Liam Skeets, and Ethan Ho already out as well. So there is your current leader, Hunter Yaney, in the number 27 for TJ Speed. And remember, he's going to start on the pole tomorrow as well. So if he's able to come away with a victory here, man, we are watching the time click away. The crew doing the best they can to get that, because we're gonna have to flat though. I talked about the fact that these guys know what to do. When you got some major damage like that, you potentially have to. We only have so many pickup or so many tow trucks, so they're gonna flat tow the car of Morales. It doesn't look like a huge amount of damage, but all it takes again is some suspension damage there. So they're gonna pick him up. They're gonna drop him on the flat tow. I would expect they're then going to roll over and pick up potentially the car of Fitzgerald. So making things exciting here at the end for sure. I was hoping we could go without a caution flag today. That would have been absolutely aces, but didn't quite happen. Sun coming back out a little bit here trackside. Still 78 degrees at NOLA Motorsports Park. Well, we've got some time. Let's have a quick look at what we're going to see tomorrow. I mentioned it earlier, but let's kind of have a look through. 8 o'clock in the morning, we're on track from essentially 8 to 8:45 with the split USF Juniors qualifying again. We have 26 drivers in the field. We split them into 2 groups of 13 each, and they'll qualify. The fastest overall driver, that group starts on the inside, and essentially you're qualified for your row. If you're 4th or 5th, you're 5th in your group, you end up on the 5th row. Fastest group ends up on the inside. So that starts at 8 o'clock. Really, as soon as we're done qualifying, we are right into USF 2000 race number 2, 8:50 scheduled start time there. From there, right into USF Pro 2000 as well. So we'll do the podium, get right into racing for USF Pro 2000. We've got a little bit of a break after that. USF Juniors back on the track at 11:25 for their second race. Another break. And then back-to-back races once again. USF 2000, USF Pro 2000 will cap off their program here at NOLA with race 3. Another little break in the action, and we'll cap things off with USF Juniors, their final race, to finish off the weekend here. Again, it's been a great one so far. We've had a ton of fun watching these drivers get at it. We know the level of competition here in USF Pro 2000 is absolutely high. And again, that's why this is going to shake things up. We talked about it earlier. You know, when people look at St. Petersburg, and we try to tell all those young drivers that winning at St. Pete isn't crucial. Just getting cleanly through that weekend, no crash damage, experience the track. You don't want to go out and wreck in every session. You want to get max laps, really optimize the opportunity to learn to run on that St. Petersburg street circuit because it's so crucial. We'll have a look here. I think we're going to get a better look at the car of Morales. If we can click to that camera, I'm seeing that here. Yeah, there it is. So you're going to have right front and left rear damage to the Morales machine. So you wonder whether or not he was coming down the inside potentially, or what happened there. Because he was kind of there. You saw Montiero to the side. So you wonder how that kind of contact unfolded. I'd love to see some in-car camera there. They're also got the car of Fitzgerald on the hook. So he's coming back. So we're getting close, I think, having this thing cleaned up. But nonetheless, Lockie Hughes comes in as the point leader. Now he's finishing all the way down in 18th position. He had an 8-point lead on Nikita Johnson. He's going to lose that lead. Johnson, as he runs on the racetrack right now, depending on what happens when he comes back, will likely take the point lead. Christian Brooks is in a good spot, too. He was only 17 back. He may be able to close up on Lockie Hughes. Liam Skeets in 4th place in points. He was 22 back. He actually finished behind Hughes, so he's going to lose a bit of ground there, but Skeets will very likely still stay within the top 10. Frankie Mossman fights his way from the tail of the field back up into 10th. He's 5th place in points. Braden Eves 6th, but he's having a rough day. Braden Eves currently 14th. Clark in 7th. He runs 4th. He's going to jump up a couple of spots. Dushelski in 5th. He is 8th. He'll probably get a couple of spots. And Hunter Yaney, though, remember 30 points for a race win. That could put him to, if he wins, if he's able to hold off Nikita, we go back to green, that would put him up to 54 points. So he's going to find himself potentially in the top 5 as well. So yeah, right side damage, front and rear for Morales in the TJ Speed Motorsports car. They'll go to work getting that thing ready to see if we can't get him back on track tomorrow. Otherwise, folks, I think we're almost set to go here. The crew doing a great job. Good call by the race control team here to go red. We still have 9 minutes remaining. I think I said we needed about 8 minutes. We're at 9 right now. I just heard the 30-second call. So, yeah, we're going to roll out here on track and very likely get all. Now, it says 14 on live timing. I believe when they roll back out of the grid, we're going to put lap 15 in the book. So it should be a 3-lap dash to finish this one off. So hold on, because this is going to be wild. Now, again, this is the racer mindset, right? If you're Nikita Johnson, what are you thinking right now? The crew's told you that Lockie Hughes is out. He's back in 18th. Do you push and try to force Yaney into a mistake? Are you dive bombing? You're making the move for the pass. The racer's mindset will say, I'm going for it. I'm just trying to win races, and I'll let the championship play where it falls. Every driver, I'll tell you, every time I've ever talked to a driver about the championship battle of points, they're like, I'm just here to win races. If I win races, the championship will take care of itself. Again, sometimes I have a different mindset where I'm thinking, hey, you know what? We always come down to races in the final weekend, and somebody's like, oh, I lost the championship by 2 points. I can't believe I didn't get it done here in Portland. And my mind's more like, hey, you know, if you didn't make that dive bomb move at Road America, you would have already had those 2 points. So I kind of think long-term a lot of the time, especially when you got big money up for grabs like we do in this program. Obviously, $681,500 up for grabs for the USF Pro Champion scholarship. So we'll see whether or not Nikita's super aggressive. Again, folks, a lot of great partners on our program here this year. VP Racing Fuels being one of them. VP is the exclusive fuel supplier for all 3 levels of the USF Pro Championships. In 2021, VP expanded their role and became the official lubricant and coolant. In addition to VP Racing engine oil and VP Racing gear oil, this includes VP Racing's new line of Stay Frosty performance engine coolants. So again, big thank you to VP being on board Continental Tire. We've got them here with us. Super excited about what the future holds with our program in Continental Tire. Skip Barber Racing School is here with us as well. Their Formula Car Series developing drivers for us. Obviously, Sebastian Weldon and Joshua Leonel, 2 drivers that are coming up into the USF Juniors program directly from Skip Barber. We're going to see a couple more very likely in 2025 as well. Fantastic program, legendary, iconic, the Skip Barber Racing School. It's been great to have all these partners. So, all right, we're going to go green, I believe, this next time by. Hunter Yaney's already had to defend on a couple of restarts and has done a great job. Nikita Johnson, though, we know he is aggressive when he needs to be. Right there behind, Chase Dunmart looking to clean up as well. Hold on. Indeed, lap 15 did go into the books. We came out of the grid as I expected. 3 laps to go. In fact, no, this will be lap 16. So it'll be 2 laps to go. They'll go lap 60 when they come back. It'll be a 2-driver battle, or 2-lap battle. Yaney goes full wide, up on the throttle, and he gets a good start. Here comes actually to the inside, Chase Denmark. He's going to put some pressure on Nikita Johnson. down into turn number 1. Yaney still low lining it. Way to the outside goes Nikita. Down to the bottom goes Jace Denmark. Side by side, no clean. Johnson gets a good run to the outside. Dashelski right there. Matt Clark as well. Yaney able to get a good run through 2. He's got a couple of car lengths. Big move down to the bottom of the racetrack though. Denmark right there on the gearbox. Jace Denmark trying to find a way by that big wide outside line coming through turn number 3 over to 4 and 5. Indeed, good start there for Yaney. Can he come away with the victory? Again, white flag will fly this next time by an 18-lapper. We're going to sneak this thing in before the clock for sure, just in time. 3 different yellows, and Yaney has about 6 or 7 car lengths. Good start, good run here for Nikita. He would have wanted the win. It's not over yet, but man, P2 with Lockie down in 18th, huge for Nikita. Yaney through 8 and 9. Will we see any more racing in the back? And indeed, there's the gap. 6 maybe car lengths, I think, but big, deep on the brakes goes Nikita. That guy knows how to use the brakes. He closes it back up. 3, maybe 2 car lengths coming through turn 11. Back to 12. So really, if you think about it, only 3 more opportunities to pass, likely. Yaney's got to get a good run out here using all of the racetrack. He looks good coming out. Let's give you the top 10 when they come back around. I don't think that Johnson close enough to make the move coming across the line. We'll keep an eye on it in turn 1. Otherwise, we'll give you a quick top 10. No, Yaney's looking good. He's got to get through here cleanly. Hunter Yaney looking for his first USF Pro Championship victory. Yaney, Johnson, Denmark, Dashelski, Clark, top 5. Baptiste in 6th, Escoto 7th, Brooks, Sykes, and Mossman cap off the top 10. Oh, look at this. Johnson closes it within a car length. Coming through 3. 2 through 4, back to 5. You can make a move to the inside, but there's a bump down the bottom as I had talked about. He's still, good exit out of there for Hunter Yaney. All of the racetrack. Lots of downforce here. Going to try to roll through turn number 6. Flat out from here to turn number 10. He's got enough of a gap. He's just got to hit the marks. Looks good through 7. Keeps it on the racetrack on the exit. All the way down now into turn number 8 and 9. Johnson, we saw how deep he went on the brakes. Will he throw it in there to try to make a pass? Hunter Yaney, though, looking to get the victory. Can we go 3 straight winners, different victors to start the season? Look at this. Johnson's not done. Will he send it down the bottom? Yaney's going to block a little bit. We're not done. Look at this. Johnson all over him. Does he throw it to the inside in turn number 12? Yaney still has the spot. He's got to finish it off here, up over the curbing to the inside. Denmark right there, P3. Yaney just needs to get through here. He's going to have it out of the corner. Johnson with a bit of a wiggle, mid-corner, coming to the front straightaway. We got 3 different winners to start the 2024 season. Hunter Yaney, checkered flag, he will win in USF Pro 2000. TJ Speed Motorsports, back on the top of the box, the first time since Road America last year. Hunter Yaney wins race number 1 of 3 here at NOLA Motorsports Park, and a strong run for Nikita Johnson. He finishes in 2nd, Jace Denmark 3rd, Danny Dashelski in 4th, and Matt Clark rounding out the top 5. Good run for Clark. 6th, Baptiste, 7th, Escoto, BN Racing 6th and 7th, Brooks 8th, Mossman able to get by Simon Sykes to the last lap. Mossman goes to 9th, Simon Sykes to 10th. That's big for Mossman. You look up front there, Hughes and Skeets out already. Mossman with an opportunity to potentially jump up into the top 4 in points. But I'll tell you, what a run for Hunter Yaney. Challenged by Jace Denmark, challenged by Nikita Johnson. 3 different restarts, and we have our 3rd different winner of the 2024 season as Hunter Yaney comes away with a tremendous drive for Hunter. Driver to Virginia Beach, Virginia for TJ Speed. This guy's got a lot of experience, folks. 2020 F4 champion. Did 8 rounds with us in Pro 2000 back in 2021. Did a bunch of racing in the FIA F3 series in 22 and 23. But he is home running here in North America in 2024, and this is going to be huge for him. It's big for TJ Speed as well. Not only do we have 3 different winners, 3 different teams have tasted victory as well, as TJ Speed gets his first win of the season. Excellent day. USF Juniors and USF 2000 put on the best show in terms of clean racing. Not quite so much here with the pro drivers, as we had 3 different incidents on track. one for a minor incident caused with one team, one with a mechanical DNF, and of course the incident involving 3 drivers over in turn number 3 that sent us to the red flag and put our drivers back to pit lane. But here's the guy who's going to be on top of the podium, and I guarantee he'll be fired up about that for sure. So down pit lane they come. Nikita Johnson's going to take the point lead. That's a given. He was only 8 points behind Lockie Hughes, and he's going to make up 20 plus coming home here in second. Remember, Hunter Yaney's got the pole point tomorrow too. He's going to start in the pole position, at least for race 2. We're not quite sure for race 3 or not, but Hunter Yaney bringing it down there. Again, great job for Hunter. Get a chance to see him. There it is there. He's into victory lane. You see some of the sponsors on the car right there. Back Bay Gourmet, Hard Rock. Wilhelmina on the side of the car. I want to give a shout out to the sponsors. Yeah, the emotion there for sure for Hunter Yaney, for TJ Speed. Big victory for him. Our 3rd straight winner. That team will be pleased with that, especially when you think of the fact that Liam Skeets didn't finish and Morales involved in the incident there on the final circuit, late in the run there. So the only guy really getting to the end for TJ Speed was Hunter Yaney. He ends up winning. So the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat for sure underneath the paddock there at TJ Speed. Otherwise, Nikita Johnson coming home a strong 2nd place, coming off, of course, the win in race number 2 at St. Petersburg. So he's going to take over the point lead, Nikita Johnson is. So I'll tell you, that is going to be big for that driver there, to be able to come away with that kind of a position. You know he's going to be fired up with that. Just 15 years of age, and he's going to be your point leader here in USF Pro 2000. So again, drivers are all getting down there, folks. I'm going to head there myself. A quick break. We're on a couple of commercials, and we'll come back with Victory Lane Celebration. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Victory Lane here at NOLA Motorsports Park as we set to cap off our opening day of wheel-to-wheel racing. Of course, back tomorrow, 6 more events for you as we continue on with this Continental Tire Grand Prix of Louisiana. We had a wild one here in USF Pro 2000, so let's bring up the drivers here who did such a great job. Finishing in 3rd spot, starting on pole for Pabst Racing, Jace Denmark, P3 here today. We've got the good folks from Elite Racing helping us out again here. Logan Knapp will bring in the 3rd place trophy for Jace Denmark. Strong run for needed the points after some issues at St. Pete's. The new point leader in USF Pro, Michael Knapp, bringing in the 2nd place trophy. These guys can not only build engines, they can also give out trophies for us. Thanks, guys. One more spot on the podium for Matt Garcia in USF 2000, 3 straight wins. We have 3 different winners to start the season here. He's going to come over and chat with me quickly, but before we do it, how about a round of applause? The winner today, Hunter Yaney from TJ Speed. Hunter, over here. Come and talk to me over here first. How big is this right now to be able to come through here? You had great speed. You had some issues we know at St. Pete, but the speed is here, and you come away with the win.
Well, first off, I'd like to thank my team. I'd like to thank my parents for getting me to where I'm at. And I don't really know what to say. It's just been such a long time since I've stood on a podium, so this really means a lot to me, as you probably saw, because I was crying in my car.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Listen, like you said, you won a lot of races earlier in your career. You've been digging hard through F3, everything you've done, but you had to hold off some big guys there on a couple of restarts.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I really thought Jace was going to get me on that 2nd restart. He was pretty well up in front of me. And then Nikita was pretty far alongside me as well, but we just managed to hold on to it.
We know how much motorsports is about confidence, right? Momentum. You're going to start on pole tomorrow. You got great speed in qualifying. What are your thoughts for Sunday?
I think if we just can keep this momentum going and keep improving the car and my driving, then I think we can come away with more wins and more podiums.
You talked about the team and your parents already. Any sponsors you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'd like to thank 30 Seconds Out for being there for me from the beginning of my racing career. Hard Rock and VHP.
Listen, man, get over there. Get on top of the podium. We have one more spot there for you. Folks, one more time. Hunter Yaney winning today here in USF Pro. Again, these drivers just 2 steps away from the NTT IndyCar Series, and there's a driver right there who knows a lot about Indianapolis, Steve Knapp, former Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year, delivering that P1 trophy to Hunter, 3rd different winner on the season. start things off this Continental Tire Grand Prix of Louisiana, and these drivers put on a show here for sure. Nikita Johnson came after Hunter, Chase Mark came after Hunter as well, but all three of them really benefiting from this podium finish here today. Of course, Nikita taking the lead, as we said, Jace stepping things up and do what he needed to do as well. We'll get the way here, guys, I think, right? Let's pull the car out of the way. We'll get some champagne in here, so we'll get the team crew in to get the car out of the way. And of course, the champagne we'll bring in for the drivers here. They've got 2 more races tomorrow, 6 on with USF Juniors qualifying too. They'll set the grid for their second race of the each one. Good one. Very similar weather we expect tomorrow as well, so we'll see who's able to make the changes. They're going to sit down and debrief for a couple hours, no doubt. Up for 2 races tomorrow. So the champagne awaits, folks. One more time for you. How about a round of applause for my top 3 in USF Pro 2000. Guys, grab the champagne, grip it and rip it. Let's have some fun and wrap up the day. Spraying that champagne. Hunter Yaney gets his first victory. Nikita Johnson there in second. Jace Denmark wraps it up with P3, and that caps off our day here from NOLA Motorsports Park. Those of you tuning into the broadcast here in the USF Pro Championships YouTube channel, or on the app, or on USFPro2000.com. Thank you so much, folks. We certainly appreciate it. We're back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. here in New Orleans for the qualifying 2 for USF Juniors. Don't go anywhere tomorrow. Lots of racing for you here from NOLA as we continue to race here. This beautiful Continental Tire Prix of Louisiana. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. On behalf of Continental Tire and Anderson Promotion.